Hello everyone, welcome to Slay the Princess. It's a game that's trending at the moment and I really wanted to check it out. I've seen Markiplier play this and I watched 1.5 episodes, so I know a tiny bit what happens but not everything since it's unique to personal gameplay. And the screen just keeps going crazier. It's a horror game. Your objective is to slay the princess as said in the title. We'll give it a go. New game. Act 1. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Am I? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
It's not the way I meant it. I meant it more like, do we have to kill her? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Who's that? Proceed into the cabin. Let's go see what's the cabin is all about.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I mean, well, might as well kill her this time.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Yeah, I suppose.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Me. I'm Gabby.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. And it's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
The hero loves the princess
And
as
there
always.
you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Maybe. What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Maybe I want to chop some vegetables for you.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point?
I'm
We
not
should
pointing
drop
the
it.
knife at her. I'm pointing it here.
Don't you dare.
No, I'm not
It's
dropping
fine.
the
We can
blade.
decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
We become a monster then, don't we? Ah, keep
You
in my
ignore
hand.
the trembling
Sorry.
in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
No.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
No way.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
But what if I want to find out?
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm sorry. Can we just talk?
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing.
I'm not
Drop the
threatened.
knife, and of course we can talk.
I just wanna... I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Sassy being, aren't you? Fine then. I guess we're at an impasse. I don't know what impasse means. Squint! Squint at the princess while holding onto the
You
blade.
stare at the princess, squinting.
I'm trashing you back. My
She
eyes.
squints back.
Oh yeah?
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
We can. Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
I have no more choice. I want to squint more. I'm slaying, because the title is telling me to slay.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Oh, did my
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Ooh, not my jaw.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Jesus,
Holy
she's
shit,
strong.
that hurts!
Yeah.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes
That
through
word
the
is
air
fighting.
again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Can we? Leon, no, I'm finishing my job.
You and the
I
princess
started,
stare at each
I
other,
finish.
both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
We're going down together. If one of us is going down, we're both going down.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. Kinda had to do it.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Oh, both of us.
this was fun.
Yeah, wasn't
The
it?
princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Nah, it's not.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We died together. Because we're besties now. The Adversary.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So we're looping. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu? No,
Yeah.
you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
No, I don't think so.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Why so stubborn? That seems about right.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
I'm just gonna proceed.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh,
She will
yeah.
lie,
She
she will
will
cheat,
cheat.
and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Stubborn sounds more like a fighter.
Are you sure about that?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice.
Thank you, narrator. I
The princess
appreciate
will
it.
do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
No.
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Jesus. Why is stubborn so evil? I'm stubborn in a good way, not evil way.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
What about that thing?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
What is that?
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Yeah.
Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
There's grime on it?
You
Oh,
reach
no.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin
There is no
wall.
grime.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Why can I not touch walls?
But there was a mirror a second ago.
Yeah.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Jesus, he loves to fight, doesn't it? I'm gonna take the blade
You
again.
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I just feel like holding it. It's like a stress toy for me, you know?
The door to the basement
Ooh.
creaks open,
It's like
revealing a
stony
rough
now.
stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Damn, she loves to fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Why not?
As you descend the
Oh.
final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Damn, she got gains now. She doesn't want to lose this fight.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes!
You love a knife?
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Can we talk this time? You look different.
You look exactly the same.
Oh, I do. Sad. I wish I had horns and a tail.
Alright, fine. I believe you.
What?
I'll remain silent on this one.
I'm going to take that silence as a sign that from this moment on, you're going to treat the task before you with the utmost importance and seriousness. I'm so glad that we're finally all on the same page.
I think I'm gonna save this part. Because there's a lot of choices. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet.
And why not? You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again? Maybe you're worried I'll put you down for good this time.
No, I'm not worried about that.
If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Why? I don't trust that. You know how she asked to get a little closer? What if I leave?
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
As you step towards the stairs, you hear the heavy creak of straining metal, and then a snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast.
Dodge!
As the princess barrels towards you, you do your best to maneuver between the tight walls of the basement. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Yeah, she's gotten a bit stronger.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
Okay.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The eye of the needle. Damn. I just died there, you know.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
I'm sorry.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner?
No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive.
Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
But you just talked to me like we did.
Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
I like how it's really portraying my personality of a bit of stubbornness and then
Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here.
No, I'm not violent though.
Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call it these woods. It's like her influence has poured out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change
clear path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all of our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
Let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly
It's just a
tight,
cave.
more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it!
She was strong enough to punch me without cutting through to her, so I'm not gonna take it this time.
We can try to survive without our steel claw, but you've marked us as easy prey. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You do see it, right?
No.
All we see is a damned mirror.
This really is just like last time.
It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement.
Never mind.
It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Why am I not surprised?
It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face.
What the?
There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom.
I have to
It will
climb?
require careful effort.
Jeez.
The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
If you want a fight, then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
I mean, you broke through that chain last time very easily.
Those chains were nothing to her last time.
There'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over.
Like she's like a princess, like, please still come down and take me.
Fine by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember every crack and crevice. You'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel.
What is she turning into?
The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face droops.
Yeah, I don't have a knife, sorry.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little knife. Do you think this is a joke? Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. But we'll be able to draw her out of here. She's hungry for us. I know I said this earlier, but I really have to stress how thin of a razor's edge you're on right now.
Am I?
We know. The only way out is through the eye of the needle. We'll need the steel claw. Grab it as we leave.
Okay.
Bloody desire
Oh, look,
in her
she
eyes,
broke
the
through.
princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips
really
in her
strong.
rapid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Yeah, come with me.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
You want me to be like you?
Steelclaw, now.
No.
You continue
Sorry.
towards the door, vulnerable and unarmed. No, I can't let this happen. I can't let her leave with you. And what are you gonna do to stop that? I don't know. You try the door and oh, what a relief. It's stuck. Bash it open. Please.
Bash it up.
You can't.
Why can't
I
I?
think you forgot something.
You feel the burning pain of something long and sharp driving through your back. It slices its way into your organs until finally it exits out the other side, sticking into the wood of the door with an echoing thunk.
Oh, come on.
Killed us with our own weapon. Great.
Want her to come with?
We needed to take it. We're not dead yet. It's not over till we can't get up again.
Coward. All of this is so wrong. This isn't how things are supposed to be. This is so cold and disappointing.
How was it meant to be?
Your body pinned to the wall, you crane your neck to see her final approach. She is enveloped in complete lethality, and there is nothing you can do to stop her. I really didn't want it to have to end like this, but your death in here is better than her freedom. See you all next time.
See ya. Oh. What was that? The next time doesn't come. Something has taken her away. It's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here.
Oh yeah, true. He was representing the Earth.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Maybe we're not part of the world. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Approach.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they are gone. Silence as you reach forward, they are gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's me! I have bird hands. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, you are at the cabin. I'm still here? Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Am I the fragile vessel or she? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
The gift of fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Are you assuming to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Her consciousness? So were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Depends. Okay, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You won't. I decided differently. Everything goes dark and you die. And we're back.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I unlocked that. It wasn't there before. I'm gonna silently continue to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I'm just gonna enter.
Hello? Is someone there?
Did she change her introduction?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'll continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Still able? How?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
I'm not.
No, you're doing the right thing.
I'm not opening. I'm
You
examining.
walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
There is a key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Yeah, I'm gonna step
Okay.
away.
I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt
Not
to make your
close to
way
it.
out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Why did it lock? I'll just return. No, actually, I'll try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
It's not that messy yet.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Oh.
before raising her arm to her
Expect
mouth,
that.
her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I didn't like what happened last time, so...
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
She didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Is he in control of me?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
So what if the red subtitles of hers isn't her own narrator?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance,
I'm stubborn
the
again.
princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before
Another
you
question
bleed
is
out.
she being controlled? Or is she doing this willingly and acting it out?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel. Change the chapter.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah. End of the world. Right, so. Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved?
Okay.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Why did I get this wise? Let's just proceed to the cabin.
And she will do everything
Yeah.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
I agree with the hero. Proceed to the cabin. Let's see how the room looks like now.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, depending which way you go, which voices you get the room depicting that. So because I was in love and a hero and trying to save her last time, now it's like more looking like a castle or a princess. I'm just gonna enter the basement. Not gonna look at the mirror. Not gonna
The
look.
door to the basement creaks open,
I'm gonna take the
revealing
blade.
an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Alright.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
You walk down
Oh,
the
she
stairs
looks
and
even
lock
more
eyes with
pretty
the
now.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
Thank God.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
I have.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I really hoped I'd be the first to save the world. Does he know there's multiple worlds?
We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
If the world has ended, why are we still here?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
I love how she's just sitting there smiling and waiting for me to respond, and I haven't yet.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do it?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No.
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy.
He's
My
manipulating.
heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
He's not giving us any answers.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Remain
The princess's
silent.
eyes quiver as she waits for your response.
I didn't end the world? I didn't end the world.
She's clearly just saying what she thinks you want to hear.
Yeah.
Or she's innocent. How could a beauty like her be capable of ending the world? It's not rational.
I think her goal, her inner narrator's goal, is to end the world, while our one is to save the world, so it contradicts. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over Modi was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
That's what I was thinking.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
What if I have him as the narrator and she has a her as a narrator? I don't really want to rescue her. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
I don't want to rescue her. I'm gonna go back and take the knife. That's what happens when you don't read. I can't go back. Oh no.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, you'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything...
I hate this voice.
I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
We forgot the part that someone locked us in and threw the weapon to us.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Escape, I suppose. We leave and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
I mean, you could have made us choke her this time, or something like that, but he's not doing anything. Is he giving up because he wasn't the first, the start to save the world?
You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move.
Mm-hmm.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm trying not to.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah. Do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. You believe in her, right?
I mean, she should believe in herself.
Nobody is leaving this basement.
Yeah, I think you got this.
Okay, let me try.
The princess tries the handle, and... lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I can't do it. She has to do it.
I told you she could do it. You and the princess make your way upstairs. And Blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Can I save here? Might come back and slay her. We're not doing that. Take the blade and slay the princess. I actually want to see where this goes. Can she actually leave?
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
I love you too.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Is she gonna kill me again? That's the thing.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room,
opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
How's this gonna end?
We did it! What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
That's another one. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
And gaze to your own reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. I grow. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Right now, it sounds like she's creating a city. Like if we started with the lights, now we have movement, aliveness. Are we building the world that at the end we're supposed to slay and protect? Are you the same being as you were before, and how much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Yeah, I don't think I need to ask anything else. I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.